Hi everyone, my name is Steve Courage, and in today's video, I want to share with you what I consider the 3-year rule for every entrepreneur. Now, let me start with a story. Up until 2014, my entrepreneurial journey was like trying to build a business the way our forefathers did it. I simply wanted to build all this traditional business of block and mortar, or do they call it? And I was really struggling to do that up until around October, November 2014. Luckily for me, a friend wrote a book about blogging, and he sent it to me to proofread and give a feedback. Now, when I was reading that book, I came across a particular chapter which changed the way I see business. And that was the first time in my life I understand the power in the technology, the internet, and stuff like that. So I made a decision to start a blog. I call that blog African Business Classroom, and I started running the blog. So officially in 2014, I had entered the realm of modern business, but it was not going to take a long time before I know that this realm is actually very different. Just 3 months, 4, 5 months after I started my blog, I started seeing different advertisements and testimonials about different other opportunities. Affiliate marketing, making money online quick by selling courses, cryptocurrency, forex trading, just name it. Stock trading or any other thing, stuff like that. But I told myself, no, I'm never going to drop the blogging for all of these shiny objects. Okay, I am coming back to that story. At this point, let me tell you what I want to achieve with this video. I want to convince you to dedicate 3 years of your life to intensely focus on a single business when you just decide to be an entrepreneur. And you see, the reason for this is because almost everything in life becomes successful as a result of compound interest. Think about that for a moment. When you think about compound interest, you think about somebody who invests for a long period of time. And we all understand that the way compound interest works, that is on investment, is the first 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, many times 10, 15 years, the return is not that much. But after a decade, 11, 12, 13 years, then you start seeing these unbelievable results. Like, for example, Warren Buffett, several years when he started investing, he made no money, not reasonable money, until many years after, when the investment start to be showing the power of compound interest. Okay, all of us understand this from the perspective of investment. What, however, we don't understand is every other thing in the world become meaningful as a result of compound interest. Take, for instance, if you are married and you are fortunate to marry somebody who fits your life, you tend to discover that the longer your marriage lasts, the better it becomes. That is the effect of compound interest. It means every other year you spend together as couple, you tend to understand each other better, you tend to know each other better, and that tends to compound, as time goes on. Now, let's go back to what I'm talking about. Deciding to be an entrepreneur or starting a business. Where most people get it wrong is they start a business today, and after 3 months it doesn't succeed. Fortunately or unfortunately for them, everywhere they look on the internet, they see other shiny objects. They see crypto, they see forex trading, they see affiliate marketing, they see drop shipping, they see e-commerce, they see whatever. And every 3 months, every 6 months, every 1 year, they move. they move to one thing another. The problem about this is you will never have the compound interest that comes when people focus all their energy on a single thing. Andrew Carnegie said, put all your eggs in one basket and monitor that basket carefully. So Steve, it seems you are saying I shouldn't have more than one business. Like everybody in the world must have a single business. Oh, Thomas, if that is what you heard me saying, I'm very sure you are either dumb or deaf. Now, this is what I'm saying. Of course, I do have more than one business. Today, I have 3 businesses. One of my businesses have, different operations within a single business. I'm talking to people who are just getting started. You can get to a point in your life when you have 17 businesses. But that is not when you are getting started. When you are getting started, you lack leverage, you lack experience, and most importantly, you lack resources. So, your 24 hours, you want to make sure you invest it on a single thing, because if you do not, there is no way you are going to get a meaningful result. So, let me tell you a personal story so that you understand how I get to have insights about these. You see, when I was growing up, I was not able to get involved with many things like other teenagers in my village or town. The reason for that was because I was born with sickle cell disease. What that essentially means is I must not do any difficult things. I must not, get involved with, all the way boys will fight, run after each other, play soccer, or stuff like that. So I was forced to choose just few things that are safe for my health. So that is how I spent all my teenage years. Now, when I became an adult, of course, by the grace of God, my health had improved. But at the same time, I still cannot get involved with so many things at the same time. I can't, like most people would do, get involved with 3, 4, 5, 6 things. So I have to restrict myself to just one thing at a time. Now, after many years, I look at my life, what I have achieved with my life. Then I compare myself with all my mates who happen to be stronger than me in strength and bones. Then something surprising became obvious to me. And that is, even though I am weaker than them in strength, I have achieved far more than almost all of them. Now, how exactly is that possible? Then I discovered something, which is because these people have the strength to do many things, they actually move from pillar to pole, trying to do everything they have the strength to do. Now, because I do not have the strength to do many things, I pull all my eggs in a single basket and focus on that basket. I mean, funny enough, I achieve more successes than this guy. Because again, it's about compound interest. So let me go back to what I'm talking about. When you want to start out in business, you will do yourself a favor to tell yourself that in the next 3 years, I want to choose a particular field, industry, or sector that I'm passionate about. And I'm going to invest all of the resources God has given me. Time, money, network, anything and everything on this industry for 3 years. And it doesn't matter what every other individual is inviting me to come and do, I will say no to them. And this is how you will master anything in life. This is how you will master things. Because when I look at people, I will see somebody who start a business and after 3 months, 6 months, they make some mistakes and they fail, and what they do next is to look around for what other thing people are saying is promising, is profitable, and they want to jump into that. There is no way you ever want to achieve any success like that as an entrepreneur, and you have to understand this. Focus Focus. Focus. That is the name of the game. You have to be disciplined enough to say no. Bruce Lee said, the successful warrior is the average man with laser-like focus. What does this mean? It means most of the times people do not succeed because they have better strength than others. Most of the times people succeed because they focus on one thing and they want to learn everything they can learn. They want to figure out everything they can figure out. They want to search everything they can search about that one single thing. So Steve, are you saying if I have a business that is failing and it continues failing, I should continue trying forever, even if that business might never succeed? Okay, Thomas. This is one of the few times you actually asked me a reasonable question. Now, the question you too might want to ask is, if I am in a particular industry or doing a particular business and I'm just failing, are you telling me that I should continue forever, even though, I might never succeed? That is not the message of this video. You get to a point, the road is absolutely blocked. Then you have to change your strategy or change your tactics or probably change your business entirely. The problem is most people don't get to that point before they turn back. Most people turn back after a few mistakes. A few mistakes is not a good evidence that your business can never work. It might just be that there are a few things you need to figure out that you have not figured out. So how do you know when to turn back? When you are very sure that all the road is blocked. And one of the ways to prevent that is, even before you decide to choose a field, an industry to fight in, you have to be sure you are choosing an industry that you are having a little passion in. So now I am not advocating that you should forever continue hitting your head on the wall even when the road is blocked. But I am advocating you have to be sure that you are not dropping what you are doing right now just because somebody else promises you something else. You are dropping it because you are sure that is not your strength, or the road is blocked and it is obvious. So this is my 3-year rule for every entrepreneur. Make the determination to focus on that business for at least 3 years. Decide, just close your mind, close your eyes, and imagine that you are put in prison for 3 years. Of course, what will you do in prison? Nothing. So put yourself in the prison of that venture and tell yourself, for the next 3 years, I'm in the prison for this business. I am going to read everything I can read to understand my industry. I am going to go to every seminar I can afford to understand my industry. I am going to interview and ask questions from everybody who seems to know more than me about this industry. I am going to invest every possible minute in my day on this business, in this industry, for the next 3 years. And nothing will turn me back. Most of the times, what will happen is the first years will be the most difficult. It will be discouraging. You will be in point zero. No result, nothing. The second year, you start seeing a few improvements. And most of the times, after the third year, you start probably seeing great results. If at all you have not made $1 million, you start seeing, because you have pulled all your head, all your resources, all your time, all your focus on that single industry and business. Now your chart is rising. The trend is rising for you. Then something better, something great is coming. Unlike if you have jumped after 3 months, after 6 months to something and to something else. I honestly wish this video makes sense to a few people. If you are one of those people that like this video, or you like me, or who knows, you like my cap, maybe you should subscribe to this channel. If you hate this video, or you hate me, and you don't want to see me again ever in your life, I know what you can do. Just go and delete the internet. You won't see me again. Now, if you have not read any of my books, I think you are missing maybe something small or something large. And the reason why I believe that is because of the crazy testimonials I'm receiving from people who have read my books, which myself, I cannot even believe it. When I published my first book in the year 2013, I just wrote a book, just the way I'm talking to you. I was angry about something and I wrote about it. And I wasn't expecting anybody to like the book, other than, I just wrote the book. And who cares if nobody, like it? And people started sending me mails, calling me to tell me my book changed their life. That book is 13 Secrets School Did Not Teach You About How to Be Rich. And I was like, these people are not telling the truth. How can my book change your life? I'm just a young guy, just angry about something, and wrote about it. And after you receive 10, 20, 30, 50, 70 testimonials from different people, you start believing maybe they are telling the truth. So in the year 2015, I told myself, now if people could be reading this book and they are telling me it's changed their life, even though they pay for it, what if I give it out free? It means more people will have access to it, and that would mean that will be able to change more lives. That exactly is what I did, and it has been a wonderful period for me because the book has been downloaded by more than 300,000 times. I can't even believe it myself. You might want to check it out in the description box, and if you hate it after reading it, I apologize. I'm sorry. But I hope you like it. Thank you for watching this video, and thank you for reading my books. If you do, I hope we have nice time together and have some great success as entrepreneurs.